He's got a dark passenger, taking control. A bloodstained hand, a heart turned cold. But he's fighting for justice in his own way. On the edge of night, he's leading the way. Dexter's got a plan and a twisted mind, chasing down the guilty, leaving them behind. In the shadows he plays the part, a hero and a monster torn apart. But the truth won't fade and the line's so thin. Is he the hunter or is he the sin? With every step he's closer to the edge, living in the shadows, a quiet pledge. He's got a dark passenger, taking control. A bloodstained hand, a heart turned cold. But he's fighting for justice in his own way. On the edge of night, he's leading the way. The truth won't fade and the line's so thin. Is he the hunter or is he the sin? With every step he's closer to the edge, living in the shadows, a quiet pledge. He's got a dark passenger, taking control. A bloodstained hand, a heart turned cold. But he's fighting for justice in his own way. On the edge of night, he's leading the way. The code, the shadows, it's all laid bare. In a world of darkness, he'll always care. Dexter, the man with the twisted view, fighting for justice, but at what cost to? The code, the shadows, it's all laid bare. In a world of darkness, he'll always care. Dexter, the man with the twisted view, fighting for justice, but at what cost to? In the night, when the world's asleep, he walks alone with secrets he keeps. A man with a mask, a life on the line, fighting the urge, but it's hard to define. Underneath the calm, there's a storm inside, a darkness he can never hide. The truth is cruel, but the code is clear. For the ones who hurt, he has no fear. He's got a dark passenger, taking control. A bloodstained hand, a heart turned cold. But he's fighting for justice in his own way. On the edge of night, he's leading the way. Dexter's got a plan and a twisted mind, chasing down the guilty, leaving them behind. In the shadows he plays the part, a hero and a monster torn apart. But the truth won't fade and the line's so thin. Is he the hunter or is he the sin? With every step he's closer to the edge, living in the shadows, a quiet pledge. He's got a dark passenger, taking control. A bloodstained hand, a heart turned cold. But he's fighting for justice in his own way. On the edge of night, he's leading the way. The truth won't fade and the line's so thin. Is he the hunter or is he the sin? With every step he's closer to the edge, living in the shadows, a quiet pledge. He's got a dark passenger, taking control. A bloodstained hand, a heart turned cold. But he's fighting for justice in his own way. On the edge of night, he's leading the way. The
Lycans and gentlemen, children of the night, nocturnals, night terrors, and all things that go bump in the night. Welcome to your monthly treatment of shock therapy. The doctor will see you now. Show me your woes, and I'll cure all that ails you. Consider me your night watchman for this evening's festivities here at Mind's Eye Theater. I invite you to violate curfew along with me for this graveyard shift. I am your horror host incarnate for this sold-out show. Boy, I mean, I keep saying it one week after another because it's absolutely true, but man, it really is one banger after another. I mean, with Dexter Resurrection, you just get so much intrigue, and even they don't really do the cliffhanger endings. They don't like use that or abuse that. It's more they just have so many plot threads and plot intrigue that it just brings us back one week after another. So last week, we had more of Lady Vengeance and Dexter going on a date with her, and man, the way that they were able to first off, Dexter finds out that she's not the love interest or of like mind the way that he is. She's just a regular serial killer. But the way he's able to frame her for the homicide that his son was culpable for, hey, bravo and well done, truly. But of course, Batista has to linger, and he's chasing this like a dog. He's on the case for both Dexter and his son, convinced that it is Harrison or Dexter or both that are to be held accountable for that. So let's take a read for what tonight's synopsis is. It reads: as Dexter closes in on a narcissistic murderer, Harrison faces a crisis of identity while trying to find his place in the world. Batista pursues the connection between the Bay Harbor butcher and the recent killings in New York. So, as a form of engagement, I always like to have what I affectionately refer to as the totem pole, which gauges fan reactions and impressions. What is it that you think is going to be either the rating, if you haven't seen this episode before, and if you have, how would you go about classifying this? So, your options include bottom of the barrel,
a plague upon mankind,
shallow grave, or high stakes. I mean, I've kind of already said it as far as what my rating is going to be. I got to go with high stakes. I mean, honestly, they have just been delivering week after week, and where they will have episodes building that serve as build up, it's never boring. And that's really important to gauge and give them credit for, because we've seen plenty of times, and admittedly with this series, where it's something isn't quite going right, like that whole love interest that Deb had for Dexter in season 6, was it? And the writers were trying to assure people, hey, keep watching, it'll be fine. And it's just like, yeah, this isn't going anywhere. I'm a firm believer that the buildup of any plot thread that you're trying to establish, the buildup should never be boring. You know what I mean? It shouldn't have people asking all the wrong types of questions, like, what's the point of this? When is this over? Questions like that. But you don't get that with this show. They've done a good job of balancing. Well, first off, having multiple plot threads that are interesting, not having them be repetitive, and also making sure that each of them are engaging and not like fumbling on top of each other, you know, competing with one another for the spotlight. So I commend the show for that. So I am putting the totem pole up on the YouTube chat for all of you fine folks to enjoy and give your own impressions about what it is that you think we're going to get out of this episode. Again, as you can see on the screen, your options include high stakes, shallow grave, and bottom of the barrel. I already mentioned what it is, what I'm giving this the rating as, so I invite you to do so as well. It's up for you now to vote for. I'll be referencing it throughout the watch party, but be sure to queue up this episode on Paramount Plus. That's the app that I'm watching this on. While you're doing that, let me take care of a couple of housekeeping items. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of late to getting to this because I was having issues with OBS. So how's about we get right to it? So in the enduring battle between... I'll forego my usual intros. So in the enduring battle between Incarnate and the almighty algorithm, my fans are my strongest weapon, so I just ask for you to hit the like button on whichever platform you're watching this on. Therefore, without further ado, I now present to you this creature presentation. Igor, throw the switch. And Igor's not feeling it tonight. Lovely. These glitches can't stop for me today. All right, so let's just... Oh, good. My my controller had knocked out on me. God almighty. All right, so we're starting the episode now. So let me just sync up the watch party watch, and we'll get right into it. Oh, God. They really do have to have these Paramount ads. I hate that crap. I do wonder what role this family will have, if any, on the show. Yep. Oof. I still say I'm glad that they got rid of Neil Patrick Harris instantly. God. Mm-hmm. Oh, how Lady Vengeance, how I will miss thee. Though I do wonder if we've seen the last of her. Poor Dexter. Never works with you in romance. I love the New York accent. Ah, you know just what to tell a kid. Sweeping, really? Very odd, Dexter. Very odd indeed. His inner monologue never ceases to amaze. Uh-oh. What's... Uh-huh. Oh, damn. Yeah, they're probably not the best thing to say. I didn't cause it though. Oh, Dexter. He had to go all the way to Queens just to bail out his father. Oh, he's going to. He would know. Oh. Oh, jeez. Well. Huh. Harry must be loving this. Really? Where have I heard that before? Was it on this show? Tender moment between father and son. For now. Wow. Jeez. Can these two have like some semblance of a normal relationship? Normal for them? Or will trouble always find them? I guess the answer to that should be obvious, right? They're gonna be celebrating. Yep. Funny. It's oh my god, this show. God, their humor. It's really something, man. That's funny. Why does his voice sound so familiar? Yeah, you don't want too many people knowing who they are. Ha. It's strange seeing them there at someone's mother's funeral. Wow. Ha ha ha. Funny. Uh-oh. What has she got in store? Or what is she up to? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's gotta be the case that someone's gonna check in. No evidence that... Oh, yep. Look at that. You're usually more careful, Dex. Dexter should at least have set up a camera there. Not to mention cleaned out the fridge. Ha ha ha, another geek. I'm past all that. Jeez, stop giving so much news out. He's like, you don't say. What? Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, what? Which is funny. This is getting back to what something like Dexter season 1 started, where they branch out and, you know, dig in to other characters. I remember I really liked touches that they had, for instance, with Batista, like getting to know his family life. Stupid. Big and awkward. Oh my god. Well said. It's something. God, this show, the comedy. Oh, God. Damn. This is really good acting. Uh-oh. Who could come a-calling? Well, at least he's... Huh. Nice. Huh. Smart. Huh. The plot thickens. I was worried that that Dexter was gonna make mistakes and trip up, give too much information like Harrison did. Although he probably shouldn't be introducing himself as his real name or saying where he works or any of that crap, but whatever. Think he could afford that? Yeah. Oh, I thought she was gonna make him work at the hotel again. I thought at the beginning of this that they were dating, and when he went to kiss her, and then she rejected him. Oof. Oh, geez, the guy that got strung up. You should have doubted it to begin with. Well said. In your face. I don't know. I don't understand that reference. What? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hmm. Hmm. Heh. It's interesting listening to. Oh, that's a good point. Hmm. Well said. A lot of good points. All good points. Hmm. Uh-oh. Jeez. Perfect timing, Batista. Hmm. Yeah. Not exactly. Huh. Jeez. And jeez. How mind you, we're in the mid-season episode, so I am curious as to see how all of this is going to come together, you know? Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Mm. Oh. Yep. Hmm. Uh-oh. Ooh. Huh. Oh boy. Are they gonna dismiss him outright? Hmm. Jeez. How's she gonna play this? Is she gonna be alive though? Oh god. Yeah. Not because you're grossly overweight. Mamma mia. Yeah, that's why he's eating his feelings. Hmm. Ooh. Hmm. Take it easy. Jeez. Oh. Well, that'll help. Really? Yeah. Well, I mean, they are all criminals, lest we forget that. Well done. Very nice. Jesus. A fanny pack. I don't know. You, besides Lady Vengeance, you would expect, I don't know, more than one or two of them of the serial killers to exude some kind of, I'm not saying go full blown Hannibal Lecter, but to play the part, just be intimidating. Just with their presence or silence, you know what I mean? What's she up to? Or who? That haircut is awful. Oh, you found one. Yeah, whatever you need, lady. Gemini's twins, really? Well, why wouldn't he? Oh. Damn. Another luncheon with a like-minded member of the social club, Dex. It is strange seeing seeing Dexter in a suit. Again, the choices of music that they have in this season are inspired. Fair use, just in case. YouTube algorithm's always on the prowl. Speaking of. True crime, really? I never understood why they call it true crime, like as opposed to what? Huh. Interesting. I'm wondering if that's an invitation to for Dexter. It's probably bookmarked on his own page. Yeah. Yep. What did I say? 8 p.m. What? A fan? Boston Strangler. Oh. Damn. Tread lightly, Dex. That was done on purpose. Yeah, what's up with this? I saw they had like the briefest like blink and you missed it moments last week with this setup. Well, why don't you fill her in? Or not. I also don't care. Ouch. Well done. Jeez. Watching your not girlfriend's kid. Uh-oh. Just like Isabella Merced. Easy. I can see that dark passenger bubbling in your bloodstream. Don't take matters into your own hands. You barely escaped that the first time. Oh no. Oh jeez. He's been followed. This could be trouble. Oh god. Another social event. Jesus. Damn, dude. Uh-oh. Does he have company? Yeah. Well, good thinking on your feet. Derivative? Boy, Dexter's gonna enjoy this one. I'd love one. God, this guy is so weird. Nice! Oh no, someone's gonna come looking for that ice. What? God. Pure narcissist. What? No. I am curious as to find out what their individual rituals are. I don't think they're gonna get into that. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Not the thing to say. Hmm. I've never watched that movie. Hmm. Okay, that's how he's acting now is more of the what do you call it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh? Damn. Wow, that's pretty sick. Well, I got what I asked for. Ah, congratulations. Wow. Well, that backfired instantly. Or not. Damn. Well played, Dexter. What the hell was that? Ah. Oh, God. Oh, so he needs a nebulizer. That's right. Damn, dude, how did you not figure that in? Worst babysitter ever. I mean, jeez. That's got to be from his own collection, because why would a kid have that? Oh God, he's gonna go meet that landlord. Just can't leave well enough alone. And something tells me that's him there. Bingo. For real. Damn. Uh-oh. Oh, true. Oh. No. That's in his head. Damn. All that and a side of racism. Yep. Yeah, something tells me he's not. I don't know. Not a secure enough. Not a secure enough area he's got here. Is he gonna pull this off? Let's see how much time we have left. Well, we got about 15 minutes left on the watch. Anything could happen, but something tells me he's not gonna be able to pull this off. Or he's just gonna dick with him and tell him I was just doing this to prove who's best. Well, guess I was wrong. I knew it. What did I say? Jesus. Don't ask to use his bathroom, my God. He should have put it in the... Oh, Lord. He should have put him in the bedroom. But then that blood pooling. No, it's fine. Just, get the hell out. Quickly. Okay. Huh. Yep. a couple and I got them all killed. Not to break up this tender moment, but something tells me that they're gonna find Lady Vengeance dead in her cell. I guess there's only certain things you can tell a stranger. That's why he's fessing up to Dexter. Whoa. Jeez. Damn. Well, that got heavy pretty quickly. But he always had his mother. I really do need to applaud the show for slowing down at moments like this, like those tender moments. He pulled through. Yeah, because of his mother. They never really addressed the relationship between Dexter and his adopted mother. Huh. Oh, yeah. Huh, good point. See, there are moments where Dexter... the story of Dexter that I think a lot of people don't understand. Oh. Yes. Yep. Anyway, the best... God. Dude. Yep. Oh God. Jeez. Dexter's always... There are moments where his humanity comes out. But the story of Dexter that a lot of people don't understand is that he's a monster first that tried to be a man, as opposed to a man that became a monster. I'm glad they brought Harry back. Good point. If these two survive, how are they going to be able to distinguish, or what's the word I'm looking for? Downplay his urges. Yep. He started seeing red. Ooh. Yep. Jeez. I wonder how these two would be able to control that, because he's like Dexter but not fully. Hmm. Did she ever? I do wonder what Deb would think about this. It's crazy, the branch of this family tree between Harry and Deb and Dexter and Brian and now Harrison. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, geez. We only got 5 minutes left on the watch. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Gee, who could have thought there'd be a problem? And what do they happen to find? What did I say? They Epsteined her. Damn. Huh. Wow. Oh! Well then. Uh-oh. What the hell? Hmm. Yeah. God. What the hell is gonna go? What's happening here? Yep. Jeez. What do they have in store? Suspicious. Uh-huh. For real. Late edition. Oh, there's a first. The Gemini killer is a twin. That's why he is. Huh. Well, there's a first for Dexter. Damn, they had a lot of good. That look. A twin. God. The freaking. The freaking. The humor on this show never fails. Oh, God. Whew. I needed a good laugh. Anyway, let's get to the end of this bad boy. So, another good episode. Admittedly, there were some lulls. The stuff with the neighbor's family was a good, what's the word? Good emotional, what's the word I'm looking for? Good emotional beats that it hit, slowing down the action for more thematic and just lessons that Dexter had to learn vicariously. For instance, not bringing work home with him. But I was confused because I had seen a teaser for episode 7, and I distinctly remember seeing that the helicopter was full of the 3 remaining serial killers. That thought did cross my mind, and obviously this is episode 6, so what would the Gemini killer be doing in the helicopter with the rest of the killers in episode 7? That thought did cross my mind, but I had completely forgotten it, or I didn't dwell on it. But well, I guess that explains what what it is that we have going on. Maybe I do wonder if the brothers were like switching back and forth with their kills, but I guess we'll see next episode. But there were some really good reveals or twists with this episode. Obviously, that last one was very unexpected, but at the same time, there was something of a build-up to it. So, Batista is hot on the case still with Dexter. I found it interesting that he bringing up or Batista theorizing that somehow Dexter had planted that watch in her apartment and was pinning the murder that Harrison committed on Lady Vengeance. That was a good reveal. We all knew that Batista was going to be on the case, but if he's able to get access to Lady Vengeance and show her Dexter Morgan's picture, that would be But in addition to that, I wasn't expecting Dexter to bump off the Gemini killer especially in his own apartment so quickly without, establishing a proper kill room. So that was another good twist. I did expect that Lady Vengeance was going to get bumped off because we didn't see much of her. She had gotten caught and she was a compromise to this billionaire and the rest of the group. But the way that they went about it, we obviously saw Uma Thurman handing a stack of cash to somebody, but we didn't know who he was. But Peter Dinklage's character, Prater is his name, he did mention that he has connections everywhere, even if in the FBI, so I guess I should have anticipated that he would have connections in a jail cell. So even though I knew that Lady Vengeance wasn't long for this world, the manner in which they handled that was well done. And then, of course, the final reveal that, sure enough, the Gemini killer is himself a Gemini, in other words, a twin. So that has to be the first time that a ghost seemingly walks on the scene fresh off of a kill after Dexter has already seemingly killed him off. So that was a lot of good setup and payoff with this episode. So now that this has been established, I am curious as to where we go from here. I am curious as to where this social club is headed now that they're on this plane, and what more are we going to learn from Prater? What are his ambitions? And by the way, today was the beginning. I should have mentioned this at the top of the stream, but this being a 10 episode season and this being episode 6, this marks the midway point through the season. So we have 4 episodes left? Man, truly nail-biting stuff. This has been, I say it every week, but there's a reason for it. At the beginning, in the middle, I say it at the end of each watch party, but man, this is a really good, this is probably the best. And look, I liked, chronologically speaking, not including Dexter Original Sin. That was a good season, but that's a prequel now. And look, I liked Dexter New Blood, but chronologically speaking, this is probably the best season since season 7, which I feel is very underrated. I've always said that season 7 was the comeback kid for the season after the abysmal season 6, but this is really good. Week to week, it's great stuff. Hearing the MO of the Gemini killer was intriguing because I got what I wanted, and it's pretty gruesome, and it had a payoff at the end of this. So again, top notches. I mean, I cannot recommend this stuff enough, and I'm happy that they are drip feeding us each episode, and so that it's not available for us to just binge, because my God, I'm not gonna lie, these episodes are so good. I would binge this season the way that I did the very first season of Dexter. A story for another time. So here is what is on the scene for the Mind's Eye Theater and the Greater Mind's Eye. I did a split live stream of the Hellraiser Revival game. The first one was my reaction video called Hell Froze Over, Hellraiser Revival game announcement. That I did last week, I believe, or 2 weeks ago. So that was just my thoughts, my impressions on the game's announcement. The next day, I did a Hellraiser Revival game trailer gut reaction where I played the trailer, and I discussed my impressions live. This past Sunday, I did The Inheritance Watch Party, a Hulu horror film that debuted in the summer of last year that I wanted to get to. I highly recommend everyone take a gander at my Horoscope August 2025 preview. I did that on Tuesday, so it's just a live stream discussing all of the content that's coming out this month. And I'm not talking just regular horror offerings, no. In August, we have horror games, horror streaming and horror movies. So again, I invite all of you to watch that. In addition to that, I did a watch party for Wednesday, Season 2, Episode 1 on Wednesday. And this being the Dexter Resurrection Episode 6, I invite you all to watch episodes, or the watch party for episodes 1 through 5. Just use my narration as a second screen experience. This is the third time that I am doing a live stream today. Earlier today, I did a precaution before heading out to watch the movie Weapons, and I did an aftershock reaction video upon my return from the theater. So, now let's deal with coming attractions. Usually, my live stream schedule where I do Let's Plays of survival horror games, usually it's on Tuesdays. I will reserve that for Mondays in the month of August, and I'll get to why in a moment. So I am hoping this weekend to do a live stream of the game that I'll be playing all August long, which will be Warhammer 40k Space Hulk Deathwing. I'm closing out my Midsummer Night stream, which is my playthrough of survival horror games. So, and the theme for this summer has been space horror. So I started it off in May with Doom: The Dark Ages. I am ending it with Warhammer 40k. Seems fitting to me. So I'm gonna try to have a playthrough this weekend. And let's see. I will see when, because my schedule is looking pretty busy. So, Sunday night, I will be having a watch party for the 50th anniversary of Jaws. Seems like this summer seems like a good time as any to take a watch of that classic film. So, that's this weekend. But as far as the week to come, I will have, in addition to playing Warhammer 40k Space Hulk again on Monday, in addition to that, you have a week of watch parties ahead. Tuesday will be episode 1 of Alien Earth. I'll be doing a watch party. Wednesday will be episode 2 of season 2 of Wednesday. And then I invite all of you Dark Passengers back next Friday for episode 7 of Dexter Resurrection. So, while my Mind Games schedule will move back to Monday just for August, every Friday I will be doing watch parties of Dexter Resurrection, and like last week, like hopefully this Sunday, I will be getting back into doing watch parties for regular films in addition to horror TV streaming. Therefore, mark your calendars and say your prayers. I've been incarnate, offering a word of caution. Fear the worst, so long you recognize who's best.
If you're resigned to your fate, time to subscribe to your fears.
Scary night, isn't it? Well, it's like right out of a horror movie or something.
See you in your dreams. Oh, come back anytime. Bring your friends.
Welcome to my night.